Hello everybody, welcome back to Dicey Dungeons. My name is Rhapsody. We're going to be playing the third episode of the warrior that is worse than a curse. You seem pretty tough. Do you need all that health? Nah, you'll be fine without it. We start with Venus Flytrap and lose 2 max HP anytime we level up. Let's give another thunderous round of applause for the warrior.
Oh, no.
After all, he used to love thunder, and he's never going to hear it again. Alright. Slime time. So, last time I made the mistake of going for a very, very defensive build with this character. It was fine. That is, this character in this episode. It was fine, but it did not have the ability to deal with the ramp that was provided by the Kraken. So, I don't necessarily think it would be wrong to go into that build if it does, present itself again. So I'm not entirely going to rule it out, but I do need to make sure that anytime before I go into a combat, I start to think about, okay, this enemy has access to these kinds of things. Do I have anything that can get rid of curse in my build? Those kinds of things. Just need to give it a little bit more thought. And now, as I have started to understand more about the equipment that the enemies have, I feel I'm going to be much more prepared to counter them. Ooh, having access to shock is really effective. It'd be nice if I could get some freeze in this build, but I don't see that often in the warrior. That's enough. I'm not gonna roll for the possible lethal there, although might have been worth. Actually, again, never would have been worth because otherwise the Fury wouldn't be active. Sometimes it's advantageous to specifically take damage. I gotta keep reminding myself of that. Because there's part of me that is always feeling, oh no, HP is a resource that you must keep forever, otherwise you never get it back. Hell, you don't even heal fully after boss battles. Which is a clear indication that I'm thinking in that SCS mindset. Pirate or baby squid first? Shouldn't matter to us either way right now. Really ought not make a difference. So the enemy only has 2 die and, oh god. They have 2 die, but any even they roll, they can just straight up deal to me in damage. So I suspect the correct thing here is actually to use my Fury. Just in case they happen to go even, like a 4 and a 4 or a 6 and a 6 or 4-6, 6-4, I don't know. Not even enough to slow me down though. Bump. Okay, so a upgraded bump is really, really effective in getting rid of curses because you can use it 2 times. And obviously it's a it's a piece of equipment that oftentimes you want to put a lower die into, so it's not such a huge loss if the curse happens to hit it. We did have bump in the previous build in the curse fight when curse kind of really took over and ruined our life. But we got really unlucky and bump kept not getting or not triggering the curse. Oh my gosh, really? Nice. I'm sure to shock the enemy, but pretty low results out of that turn ultimately. Yep, that shock meant absolutely nothing to him. I level up after this battle, right? I do level up after this battle, so I leave Fury. Oh, got 1-6. We'll see if I can avoid using bump. Oh, I can avoid using bump. What? Avoiding using bump on the burning 5, that is, so that I don't have to take the damage from the burning die. Neat. We've already got the kill here, and yeah, we're healing up to the battle anyway, so there's no need to optimize the Venus Flytrap. Spike Shield and Midnight Charm. Now, I gotta be honest, I do love me a Midnight Charm. Upgraded Midnight Charm is 2 6s for just a 5 input. And an unupgraded Midnight Charm can get you new 6s. So I'll be taking that. Iron Shield, Nightstick, and Blight. So Blight is actually surprisingly accessible when we have a Midnight in the builds, because once you upgrade Midnight Charm, only 5 becomes 12. So this is a 10 input over 2 turns. Assuming you're only using the result of Midnight Charm as well. That said, you need some poison on the low end to actually start using Blight. Shocks the enemy, reusable. The Nightstick uses evens. So that's a little harder to use, primarily because I'd want to use garbage die, and I can't use 1s because they're obviously not even, so I have to use 2s. And I can't generate can't generate 2s by putting a 6 into a bump, whereas you can generate a 1 by putting a 6 into a bump, as well as you get the original 6 back. So this would be great if it was on odds, but I think the exact same thing exists on odds for Frozen. Maybe. I think I might go with the final fight this floor before I decide. None of that equipment really leaps out at me. Okay, well, first thing I'm going to do is get some new 6s. And Fury the Hammer probably won't really impact the enemy at all, but... Oh, it hit Sneeze! Perfect. All right, let's kill the Sneezy. No equipment after the fight or anything like that, so it doesn't have any impact. I actually might just pass, like hard pass right now. Right now, I'm getting 1 shock, 2 health, as well as 12 damage a turn very reliably. That's not great, but it could be a lot worse. What messes with our deck? Burn? No. Freeze? Yeah, freeze is a little really annoying for us, but at the very least, the warrior does have access to the combat rolls, so I can re-roll those ones, try and get something that I can use with the bumps and Midnight Charm in order to fund everything for us. So freeze isn't that bad. Is lock that bad? Well, we have 3 die by base, so lock 1 of them. An average fight will lock 1 of them, maybe 2 in the late game when we get to the gargoyle. Is that super potent? Not really. No. Because all I need is a single 5, and in fact, a 4 once the Midnight Charm is upgraded. Because then the 4 gets bumped, goes into the Midnight Charm, gets 2 6s, and that funds both of the rest of them. Curse is dealt with by bump. Blindness is probably the most concerning thing, but we can use Midnight Charm's countdown to actually kind of counter that. And just almost like wash the die, like launder the dice. Bounce. I could have considered taking the... I'll take the Haunted Jar here for both of the power-ups I can get afterwards. I could have considered taking the Iron Shield that was on offer just to prepare myself for the possibility of going for a shield-type build. That's exactly my response to that, is just, you know. You could, I guess. Got him. Wait, I went shield last time because this character is losing maximum HP every time they level up. I think it's objectively correct to have gone for shield. I think I have made an awful mistake. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to bump that and then put a 4 in the Midnight Charm. Then I'm going to put a 6 in it so I can get some new 6s. The old ones get moldy. Patrick Smith knows what I'm talking about. Let's go for combat roll. Hang on. Right, didn't really get any result from that. Fine. We've already got the enemy dead, so. All's well that ends well. Doomed, you remember. I need to unlock whatever their story is, because what the hell Detonator. Deal 1 damage for every poison on the enemy. Garbage. So we already have the ability to go for an upgrade. That upgrade hits the Midnight Charm, but the thing is, the Midnight Charm is currently already very accessible, and I have no trouble filling these. So upgrading the Midnight Charm gets me an extra die that I do nothing with right now. So to upgrade Midnight Charm right now, to me, seems a bad idea. I'm considering upgrading, yeah, either of these that becomes half size. This hammer becomes half size, so that I have something else that I can slot into the build. Unfortunately, something else to slot into the build currently only includes the Detonator. So if I'm looking for something to slot into the build after I upgrade the hammer, then why not just, you know, just for kicks and wiggles, go to the shop and see if there's anything there that I would want to upgrade slightly more. Oh my god, really? Well, fine. Fine, copycat. You had to roll. Oh, you got 2 6. What? Oh, I see. I see you too are a person of culture, copycat. You understand the value of a new 6. I can't believe the copycat just did that to me. Oh, well. I can heal 4 HP this turn, but the enemy probably still kills me if I do that. Best shot I get. Unfortunately, my equipment is so good that the copycat just completely destroys me. Yep. That's the Midnight Charm active. That's the Venus Flytrap and the hammer going off. Alright, I can't have a 12-minute episode. We're gonna do that again. And this time, try and keep in mind that despite the fact that I was scared off of the shield build last time with my previous experience, it still probably is the optimal thing to do when my maximum HP is decreasing. Good fun time though, I'll say that. Oh, beautiful. Really? You have to be as cruel as you possibly can be on turn 1. And turn 2? Hothead, please! I'm trying to reroll this into a 6 so I don't have to use the burning 6. Well, I heal 2 HP as well as deal 2 HP to myself. I'm not actually bothered. I didn't want to win anyway. I don't really know what voice that character should have either. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Whip to inflict burns. I guess that's effectively just like hammer instead. I got whip. Whip is worse. Hammer locks the enemies out of being able to do certain things, so it prevents you from taking a large amount of damage, whereas whip just makes the enemies take damage occasionally. Not even often enough to really be super worthwhile. Ah, bad rolls. Enemy almost casually finishes their plasma cannon on turn 1. Sweet. Alright. Maximum health is reduced again, and beeline for the shop. Yeah, beeline for the shop. See if I can get shield again. Burning the enemy isn't going to be that important. I have to... well, actually, the enemy is not necessarily immune to... Well, not immune, but strong against fire, because it doesn't say that they're strong against fire. You'd assume from the character model. Well, I guess there's no reason to heal 2 HP right now anyway. If you're gonna have to freeze any character's die, the warrior is probably the happiest to have it happen to them. What with the combat roll and all. Good. I don't heal after this combat, do I? I'm going to leave Fury for the start of the next fight. Hopefully I duplicate a action that a 6 is affecting, like healing. There's Iron Shield again. There's also Snowball. How good is Snowball? So, in particular, I'm looking at Snowball because Snowball I know is excellent in the fight against the Kraken. Because the Kraken wants to roll... has a countdown of 5 as one piece of equipment that curses you. Actually, no, that blinds you. Has to roll specifically a 4 to curse you. And has to roll evens in order to overwhelm you. So if you hit a snowball on the enemy, you can just lock a huge amount of their effect out. And I suspect that's probably going to be incredibly valuable. The problem is, Iron Shield costs 3, so does Snowball. I have 3, there's only 2 more enemies on the field, so I have to choose between Iron Shield and Snowball. Snowball is half size while Iron Shield is full size. I don't think I need the Iron Shield to kill this wizard, and I think killing this wizard and seeing the equipment behind him is going to give me more information so that I can make a better choice here. That's really awful. I use Fury on turn 1 just in case the enemy hits me. 4 poison, great. So if the enemy does any damage next turn, I'm dead. Extremely dead. Hey, finally got a 6 though. Actually, if I... Hang on. I'm 1 damage off being able to kill the enemy. If I just had another 6 out here, or if I, you know, rolled a little better on the first turn, then I would have the 12 from just the straight up damage on board, and then 2 in the whip on the burn. And the enemy only has 1 die, so they would have to use the burning die. That said, right now I have to go for the heal, just in case that still helps me live. Oh, hell, it does! Enemy rolls Hall of Mirrors, so they don't even get a good effect out of that turn. Hell yeah. I'm so glad that we managed to win that fight in the end. I was really hoping I was going to get a 6 on turn 1. So Spike Shield versus Midnight Charm. Now, Midnight Charm goes in the build if I'm taking Iron Shield, because Midnight Charm gives you high die in response, and those high value die can be easily generated by Midnight Charm. Right? Like, the 6s on the effective equipment that we currently have, because they have no limitation and have an extra effect on 6, just makes rolling for high die super useful. Because we did see Snake Eye Charm earlier, and we do have the possibility of going for Snowball, which is odd. So Snowball and Midnight Charm don't go in the same build. That is effectively what I've been trying to say. I'm constantly talking over myself, trying to approach from different positions. That Midnight Charm and Snowball don't go in the same build. So, am I taking Midnight Charm, or am I taking Spike Shield? Because does Spike Shield go in the same build as Snowball? Maybe. Not really. It's not really as good as just going Midnight Charm and the Buckler. I have to. Damn it. So there's the Midnight Charm. Here we find Bump. Okay, so yeah, we're finding very, very similar pieces of equipment. The shops are providing a little bit of variability, but Iron Shield looks like it is guaranteed to show up in this position no matter what I try and do. Speaking of Iron Shield showing up in this position no matter what I try and do, should I go Whip, Iron Shield, and Midnight Charm Bump? So I defend for 6 a turn and deal 6 a turn? I think I swap in the Iron Shield if I think the enemy is about to threaten me. I don't think the stereo head threatens me at all. Otherwise, the fights are just going to take a lot longer. All right. Let's just upgrade that and then get some new 6s. I'm doing it intentionally at this point, don't worry. There were a lot of people pointing out how that was something that I just always ended up doing, despite the fact that it has absolutely no impact whatsoever. I don't know, I enjoy it, frankly. It's a nice time. I know there's a small optimization that could have been done in this fight. Obviously, you don't put the 2 6s into the Midnight Charm. You put those into the pieces of equipment, and then you start charging the Midnight Charm for the next turn. But because I can charge my Midnight Charm every single turn, that optimization doesn't matter. Instead, I'd rather get new 6s and then smile at them. Hey! Actually do get a little bit of HP at the end there. Neat. And it does matter because that was at the... Never mind, it doesn't matter because the healing with the apple. I was about to say that was at the start of the new level. So Copycat gives us access to a shop. Ooh, hang on, no, Dryad does as well. And Copycat is the problem. Yeah, I can't go to the Copycat right now. I gotta remember. The enemy is gonna be able to do the same thing as me. I'm gonna need to be like at least higher level than them. Or something like that to get good impact out of that turn. Let's get some new 6s. Fury the Whip as well, actually. Oh, perfect. My Dryad. Just making sure that I end up with a little bit more HP at the end. You think you're so smart, don't you? But trees are the original vampire, mate. Mate? Again, you can't decide the characterization without knowing. They grow from the dust and feed on your blood. There you go. Someone pointed out that they found it amusing that it took me 2 attempts to get into an Australian accent. I in turn found that amusing. So the whip upgrades to Inflict 2 burn, the Venus Flytrap for an extra HP. Neither of those are saving us any positioning, any like size in the backpack. Midnight Charm obviously being upgraded is useful, but still. It's the size that's the primary concern that we have right now. I'm rolling 3 die in a turn. Maybe I take out Midnight Charm, maybe I take out Bump and I just put in the shield and I just roll. But then I'm not commonly going to trigger the effect of the shield or the Venus Flytrap. Okay. I'm going to exit this rather than go for the upgrade. Go check out the shop. Broadsword. Ooh. Also, that target shield is interesting. Maximum of 2, but it adds the amount directly to your shield and it's reusable. There's also a dagger that's reusable. So generating many small die apparently actually is something that you could do. Many small dice, rather. I'm just going to confuse myself so many times over the course of the series. Rolling many small dice is definitely something that could be accomplished here. I just don't know if it would be particularly effective to do that using the results of Snake Eyes, just because these deal the amount that you put in, so you get 1 shield, do 1 damage. You'd have to break a hell of a lot of die in order to actually get a significant effect out of that. Broadsword is decent. And it upgrades to be like +3, right? But its size 2 is the problem. Should I go for the Keymaster now? Yeah. I'll heal up beforehand though, just because the Keymaster could be a really nasty fight depending on the rolls. And speaking of the Keymaster being a really nasty fight, yeah, I would actually... Oh, that's so annoying. Oh. What I was saying is I would actually prioritize making sure that Midnight Charm had some charges in it left over for the next turn here, because it might be impactful, but I'm not even going to be able to charge it this turn. Oh, that's so annoying. The enemy can now do 3 damage a turn. And they have a 5 in 6 chance to do 6 a turn next turn, or rather start doing 6 a turn next turn. Really? Good gosh. Fine. I don't need to double burn your die from the whip, so that's not particularly effective. I also don't really need to double do Venus Flytrap here. I mean, as long as I burn your die and do at least 5 damage with my Venus Flytrap next turn, then I've got the kill. Even better than that, the enemy's not gonna murder themselves, so it gets back to my turn and I have another opportunity to try and heal back up with the Venus Flytrap. Lovely. Okay. New piece of equipment is 6-shooter. Yes, that's exactly what we needed. Literally exactly what we needed. Now we have something to do with all of the results that we get from Midnight Charm. We have the ability to pivot towards damage. Like, I'm dropping both of those and just taking 6-shooter and Iron Shield. It's all I need. Now the upgrade is on Midnight Charm so that I can get more 6s more easily. This means that I have to invest 1 fewer die into Midnight Charm in order to get 6-shooter active. Or rather, in order to get the 2 5s. Upgrade. Bump also wants to be upgraded. I just want to have a bunch of 6s and throw them all at the enemy face. Alright, Copycat. Maybe I shouldn't have upgraded before I decided to fight the Copycat. Thankfully, I have Fury. Hopefully that's enough. Okay. So I can Fury the Midnight Charm right here, and that will give me a bunch of 6-shooters. I suspect that is what I'm gonna do. And then I'm gonna realize that the 6-shooter only has 3 uses in a single turn. Right now. Good time to realize that. It's okay, as long as I deal 18 damage this turn, I win! Hey! Yeah, that'll get it done. I did not need that to be as risky as it was. Thankfully, Fury has my back, though. So I should have been duplicating the final charge of the first 6-shooter. For some reason, like, I was still in the mindset of the 6-shooter being what it was the most recent time I had it, which was upgraded, so I could use it 6 times in a turn. No. Alright. Health and a Super Sneezy. Super Sneezy shouldn't be too bad. Unless it rolls really well. Oh, speaking of rolling really well. Okay, so Super Sneezy has, yeah, the ability to inflict a lot of poison on me. So maximum input of poison this turn. You split a die into 1, so imagine you roll 6, gets it back to you, 3 uses this turn. So I get 6 poison this turn. That's maximum? I kill you in 2 turns easily. I don't think I use Fury. And then I even defend for 6 on turn 1. Yeah, we've got this. It's fine. This was, in fact, trivial. Lovely. Oh, right back to the good 6s. In fact, I can just go straight for it. Don't even need to do anything with the Midnight Charms. I did 3 in. 3 more fights on this floor, is it? Yeah, it's just the 2 4s in order to level up. Good thing I was able to keep the Fury there as well, because Crystalina is actually going to be a bad time. So I'm probably going to Fury the Iron Shield on turn 1 in order to not die. Well, I guess in order to hopefully not die. I can't claim I'm certain. Wait, is that? Guess I'd put the 2 3s in here because they're not going to be useful for anything else. That's 6. Do I Fury, Iron Shield, deal 18 damage this turn? Get 8 from the Iron Shields? Or do I just give up on 6 damage? I think I give up on the 6 damage. I need to Fury the Iron Shields. Most important. Yeah, especially because the enemy just rolls a 6, crystallizes a weapon, and then has the ability to go straight for us. 2 6s in particular would have been real potent. Now, thankfully, I'm in a pretty commanding position at this point. Yeah, so I should be able to guarantee my win in this fight. Right, you can unlock that, you can unlock that, but you won't have enough die to actually use too many effects. Beautiful, we're fine. Although that frozen is a little annoying. Hang on. Don't completely screw me on these rolls. Okay. Nice. Nice work, game. Just gonna shield up a little more here. That's a lot of incoming damage. Woo! And thankfully we still get out of it alive. Alright. I'm gonna scrounge up as much HP as I possibly can before I fight Aurora. Aurora has the ability to deal a significant amount of damage in a single turn as well. Shovel. Garbage. Not useful for us. Shovel for stuff. Probably no deal. Yeah, I already have the whip, so I have access to fire if I need it. So if the boss is weak to fire or anything like that, I can swap back to it. No, we keep. But unfortunately, yeah, there was no extra health, and I do not want to get to the next floor and have to fight a level 5 minion in order to start getting HP. So I have to fight Aurora in order to level up to go to the next level. All right. Prioritize defense. Yeah, Fury is ready in 5 HP, but if I lose 6 HP, I'm dead. So I don't want it to be used. That's actually a totally fine thing to lock. I'm not even using it this turn. Cheers. I was about to say I might get out of this one alive, but hang on. Change whether you cover 3 HP. I'm shocked on 2. Really depends on what gets shocked here. Does it change anything? Thinking that's a no. Perfect. God, a lot of these fights have gotten real dodgy here. Lose 2 more max HP as well. Shield bash, bash with shield doing damage, yeah. So, no. I don't think I take shield bash. Because this build isn't about stacking the shield. The shield is there just to help me live for long enough to do everything else that the build can do. Last stand, survive the next fatal blow, doesn't stack. I can charge that every turn. I suspect I'm capable of not dying ever because of that. Unless the enemies like really interfere with my stuff. Ooh, I actually have an upgrade immediately after the first fight. Neat. So the enemy's really interfering with my stuff in order to, like, it'd have to be cursed, like really inopportune curses and stuff like that. Okay. Survive the next fatal blow, doesn't stack. I mean, I can just throw the 4 into that because there's no reason to start it now. If it doesn't stack and I'm not going to die this turn. Gosh, I hope I'm not going to die this turn. Then... Oh god, still maximum damage. Actually, not maximum damage. If he'd rolled the 6s on both of those, he could have done the headbutt as well. Never mind. The game was actually generous. So I just need 4 6s to activate all of the effects over here. And then throw whatever else we have. Ouch. Actually, not ouch. Didn't roll anything for the battle axe. Yes. Oh, perfect. Goodbye, Rhino Beetle. A fair fight. I have to consider at this point what I actually want my upgrade to go on. My next upgrade, that is. Because 6 shooter upgrades in order to have 6 usages in a single turn, but does that matter to me at all? I mean, I guess it does when I level up, so I have extra die, but the Midnight Charm still only creates 2 6s. Maybe I need to fight the Gargoyle first. So the Gargoyle allows... What? The Gargoyle can lock our die? That could be pretty annoying, but the Gargoyle also doesn't do that much damage, and as long as I use an Iron Shield every single turn, the Gargoyle will basically never damage me. So I'm going to go fight the Gargoyle. I'm going to check my 2 remaining options in order to pick up more weaponry, and then I'll go to the upgrade. Alright. I mean, it's the 3 and the 3. Well, it's not the 3 and the 3, right? Because the 3 and the 3 go into Last Stand. Short myself 6 damage this turn for the 6 shields. Yeah, so the Gargoyle gets to deal 6 damage this turn, but rolls lower. Oh, damn it, you went for the 9. Rolls lower and then possibly goes into the glare, unless it rolls a 2, because obviously that can't go into the avalanche and it can't lock my die either. Fury the Midnight Charm, giving me the ability to fulfill every single thing that I currently have on board. Just in case. That said, 3 6 shooters this turn and we got the kill. Oh, you had to lock 2 6s there? Oh, that's so maddening. How dare you? How dare you? We had lethal so easily. Would I take another Midnight Charm? Yes. But, like, am I going to get the opportunity to upgrade the extra Midnight Charm and then the extra 6 shooter? Because I would need both upgraded for it to be useful. I don't suspect I will, so I don't know. Maybe I don't take another one. That's kind of what I was hoping was actually in the shot past this point, so... Ooh, it's a bit of a shift to consider that I wouldn't. If the enemy rolls something that dies light, it's fine, I guess. Oh, another upgrade! Wild! Okay, so there's actually 2 upgrades on offer here. Well. Let's have a look at this one first. 6 shooter, yeah, 6 uses this turn. Mate, come on in. Want a carrot? Gardener just dropped by and gave me a few. Delicious. 1 extra from the Iron Shield, or Last Stand is a little easier. I mean, Iron Shield is the only one that's impactful right now. Bump getting 2 is good for the Kraken. But, like, this is the last floor. There's no Kraken on this floor. And the Kraken can't be the boss at the end of the run, can it? So, fine. Lock a die that rolls certain effects. Can I? Can I afford to take that? Because there are certain bosses, like, they'll have something really impactful on, like a 1 or a 6 or something like that. This actually would let me completely counter that piece of equipment. Obviously depends on the boss that we're fighting as whether or not it's impactful, but still. Let's exit this for a moment. Oh, there is a Kraken, actually. Never mind. Okay. Counterspell is looking more appealing right now, but could I fit it into the build? So Counterspell would have to remove something. Like Last Stand? No. Midnight Charm? Probably not. I think I have to just upgrade an Iron Shield right now. It's underwhelming, but I think it is the best upgrade that I can hit right there. I think I go for this HP, and then I fight the Kraken, then I fight the Warlock. I think my current build will be okay with it, specifically with Last Stand backing us up just in case we can't deal. Don't need to start building into it yet, though. So yeah, we can see the enemy has the 5 for the camouflage, 4 needed for the deep sea howl, and then an even for an overwhelm. Okay, so we do get cursed this turn as well as camouflaged. Only get overwhelmed once, which is okay at least. Could have been worse, I guess. Okay, we did get the effect from that. I guess if I want anything to fail, it's 6-shooter right now. Really? Oh, that was a 6 as well. Wild. Okay, so we just missed out on 6 damage. We didn't get to... Oh, God. Look at those die. Thank heck we can't use all of them. We did not get to set up the... Don't kill me, but yeah, works otherwise fine. Dang it, I was really hoping that would get rid of the curse. Okay, so it's not a 6. I'm gonna re-roll it and see if it's a 6. I'm gonna re-roll it and see if it's a 6. I'm gonna re-roll it and see if it's a 6. Oh, it's a 6! Wild! Ah, you got me again! I hate when the curse activates at exactly the right time. Okay, the enemy... Next turn, the enemy would have been able to possibly just straight up kill me with Overwhelm. Right? What's Overwhelm right now? 5, 3 uses in a turn, so 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7 is just 6, 6, 6 is 18. Yeah, no, the enemy wouldn't have been able to kill me, but the turn after. There we go. The curse and a Kraken down. Even managed to keep my full HP through it. Complete composure. Oh my god! What do I even need this Midnight Charm for? Yeah, alright, thank you, game. Keeping me humble. 3. And get exactly 1 into a Last Stand at the very end there. So my confusion is what? I'm just mixed up and obscured this turn. That's fine, I'll know what they are. So they're both weakened. This was 5, this was 10. Wait, no, this is 10 and this is... So this has got to be Last Stand. This is Midnight Charm. But Midnight Charm is now 10 to roll a single 6, so it's actually garbage. Fine. I'll put a 6 in the 6-shooter. Hang on. Let me just start charging these two, and then I'm gonna put a 6 in the shield. Hey, I can't even be confused. Perfect. Sets me up usefully for this turn as well. Only got 3. Nice. Okay. I'll put the 3 1s in here. And just set up a little bit more defense. gain, all even. It's fine when the enemy rolls all even, but they oftentimes get a 6 paired with it. It's just a little concerning at that rate. Can't kill the enemy this turn, so should I even bother trying? Also, I can't even get much more effect out of this turn short of just charging on my next last stand. So no need to bother with that. Great. So yeah, the enemy can confuse us, but as long as our equipment has, you know, unique parameters for every single different thing, I'll be fine. This is my roll. Great. Midnight. Gives me the 2 6s for the kill. Or just the 1 needed. Good thing I got some new 6s there. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been good enough to kill. So 14 HP. Is there anything I purchase here? It should just literally be the upgrade equipment unless I have any reason not to. But the upgrade goes on what? 6 shooter? Like last stand, I guess? 6 shooter? I guess it goes on, it goes on 6 shooter so that if I do want to do a bunch of damage in a turn, I can Fury the Midnight Charm and then 6 shooter is a bunch of damage. Great. That said, it's really hard for us to charge Fury because we have 14 HP. Warrior versus Audrey. You have to take most of our HP bar in order to get like a single Fury. Ready for a fight? Yeah. Even if you don't win, it's good training. Walk in strong, roll out stronger. Alright. Find me the less bad numbers. That's gonna be the direction I was gonna go with that. 6, 6, 6, and have to deal with a 5 and a 4 for the other 2. That last stand I should get up as quickly as possible. What'd you just do to my die? What'd the enemy do? Oh, it's just headbutts. It's just straight up damage. Ooh, not being able to trigger the Earthquake on turn 1 is a little bit paralyzing. Not being able to, like, weakening my equipment is really effective. My Midnight Charm becomes garbage when it's weakened. I can't believe I couldn't get anything as high as a 5, so the Midnight Charm is just not going to be that effective for us. I'll take the less block there. Just to get a little bit more damage out. It's fine. There's our first Fury, but unfortunately we are weak in this turn. Midnight Charm got hit. 6 shooter can only even deal 6 damage once, so there's no reason to go for a big Midnight Charm or anything like that. Good thing I got last stand active, by the way, because I now can't have it active for this turn. I may want to consider like doubling up on the Iron Shields. Takes that much to roll the single 6. I'll double up on the Iron Shield and get the next last stand a little bit more prepared. Oh god. Good thing I did that. Stop! If you can weaken all of my equipment every turn, we can no longer win. So I need you to not to do that. Oh my god, really? Fine, just so that I get 6 damage out this turn. Okay, no Earthquake. Beautiful. We're off to the races. Unfortunately, I don't have Fury for Fury the Nightmare Charm. Midnight Charm, rather. Oh well, you can't always get what you want. Nothing really to use those for right now. Fine. And I think we're gonna be okay. Yeah, got another Fury, but unfortunately I'm weakened. Don't you dare weaken Last Stand. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, I would have died. I got so lucky that Last Stand wasn't weakened there because the enemy triggered my survive the fatal blow and would just easily kill me next turn. Oh, that weaken. You demon. There we go. Oh, I get weakened again. Oh, what? And then just immediately killed thereafter. All right, never mind. I forgot that enemies can hit multiple times in the same turn. So you actually do end up dying at the end there. That was really frustrating, unfortunately. I feel like her having the ability to weaken 3 pieces of equipment and it turning 2 of my pieces of equipment into absolutely unusable. Haha. Yikes. That's a harsh one. Let's hope we don't get Audrey next time. Or maybe just instead of one of those pieces of equipment that I was using for damage there, have 2 different pieces of equipment that does damage in that space. That is 2 half-size equipments rather than 1 full-size equipment, so that the weaken wouldn't be as detrimental to our build. But at least I know what to plan around in the future when I have Audrey as an enemy. For the moment, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Dicey Dungeons. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.